Welcome back to Rich and Free. Today's 1,000 Paths to Go Broke story is a tough lesson in small business failure. What if a $100,000 investment turned into a financial disaster? Michael thought he was getting a great deal, cheap rent, a fresh start, but reality hit hard. If you've ever dreamed of owning a business, this story will show you the brutal truth behind a failing fruit store in America. Stay till the end to see the biggest mistake Michael made and how you can avoid it. How it all started? A risky business move. Meet Michael, our main character. Michael never planned on opening a fruit store. His story actually begins with a failed business investment. A few years ago, a friend convinced him to invest $100,000 in a tech startup, promising that it was the next big thing. The company claimed to be revolutionizing online grocery shopping, and Michael thought he was getting in early. But within 2 years, the company collapsed. Another failed startup in Silicon Valley's long list of casualties. Michael lost everything. However, his friend still had one valuable asset, a retail storefront in east of the city. To compensate for his lost investment, his friend offered him the space at a ridiculously low rent, only $1,500 per month. Michael thought, maybe I can flip this space for a profit. If I sublease it for $5,000 per month, that's easy money. But the problem? Nobody wanted to rent it. His dream of becoming a real estate investor fell apart, so he decided, if I can't rent it out, I might as well use it myself. Since he loved eating fresh fruit, he figured, why not open a fruit store? So he brought in a business partner, a guy whose main skill was collecting rent from tenants. Together, they pooled their money and launched their fruit shop. The first mistake, misjudging the location. Michael's fruit store was located in east of the city, an area that used to be a thriving commercial district when he was younger. However, times had changed. Young professionals and middle-class families had moved to the west. The remaining residents were mostly low-income, price-sensitive consumers. Walmart, Trader Joe's, and Costco were within a few miles, offering fresh fruit at bulk prices that independent stores could never match. But Michael was stuck in the past. He still thought the neighborhood was like it was 20 years ago. He wrongly positioned his store as a high-end fruit shop, investing $50,000 in expensive display refrigerators and premium organic produce. The grand opening, a bold start that backfired. When Michael opened his fruit store, he decided to go big on marketing. He launched a social media campaign on Facebook and Instagram, offering a $100 VIP membership that gave customers access to exclusive discounts and special promotions. The campaign was a hit. Within the first few days, he pulled in $7,000 in membership fees and $15,000 in sales. Michael was confident. He thought, at this rate, I'll break even in no time. But reality hit him hard. Competition in the fruit business is ruthless. The retail battle begins when competitors fight dirty. Competitor tactics 1, abusing the refund policy. Michael wanted to stand out, so he introduced a fresh or free policy, promising full refunds for unsatisfied customers. But soon, a pattern emerged. Certain customers were coming back again and again to return fruit. Some bought underripe avocados, waited for them to ripen, then returned them claiming they were bad. Others bought pre-cut fruit, ate half, and then asked for a refund, saying it wasn't fresh enough. At first, Michael thought these were isolated incidents. But then he realized these people weren't regular customers. They were workers from competing stores. His competitors were sending people to abuse his refund policy, causing him to lose hundreds of dollars every week. Competitor tactics 2, misinformation and sabotage. Michael knew little about the proper storage of delicate fruits like cherries. One day, he casually asked a nearby fruit vendor, "Hey, how do you keep cherries fresh?" The vendor smiled and said, "Just spray them with water every few hours." Bad advice. In reality, cherries must stay dry to avoid mold. Michael's cherries started rotting fast. His monthly cherry waste jumped from 5% to 15%. He was losing an extra $500, $800 per month in spoiled stock. And his friendly competitor? Their cherries stayed perfect because they knew better. Competitor tactics 3, price war traps. Michael's store prided itself on quality. He sourced premium produce, which meant higher costs. For example, he bought organic bananas at $0.80 per pound and priced them at $1.50 per pound to maintain his margins. Meanwhile, Costco and Trader Joe's were selling regular bananas for $0.99 per pound. At first, he thought, no problem, people will pay more for quality. But that's not how small-town customers think. A local Hispanic market launched a limited-time banana sale at $0.75 SLB. Within days, Michael's banana sales plummeted by 40%. When he tried lowering his prices to compete, his profit margins collapsed. He was now selling at a loss just to stay in business. And here's the real kicker. Once Michael was struggling, the competitors quietly raised their prices again. He fell into the price war trap and there was no way out. Just when Michael thought things couldn't get worse, his business partner betrayed him. His partner spent months learning everything about running a fruit store: where to buy inventory, how to price products, and which suppliers to use. Then one day, he announced, "I'm leaving. Also, I'm opening my own fruit store across the street." He had secured a better location with higher foot traffic. He hired Michael's former employees. He took the cheapest suppliers Michael had discovered. He bought out Michael's leftover equipment for pennies on the dollar. And just like that, Michael was forced out of business. Why independent fruit stores struggle in America? Unlike in other countries, most Americans buy fruit from large retailers. 80% of fresh fruit is sold through major supermarkets: Walmart, Kroger, Safeway, Trader Joe's. Membership clubs like Costco and Sam's Club dominate bulk purchasing. Small fruit stores struggle to negotiate competitive pricing with suppliers. Michael was paying 20 to 30% more per box of fruit than his competitors at Walmart. This meant he had to mark up his prices, making it impossible to compete. On top of that, farmers markets offered fresher, locally grown produce at better prices. Mexican fruit vendors sold pre-cut fruit at a fraction of his cost. Michael's story highlights the biggest challenges of running a fruit business in America. Key business lessons from this story: big retailers control the market. Competing against Walmart and Costco is nearly impossible. Location is everything. Choosing the wrong neighborhood means instant failure. Margins are razor thin. Small stores pay more for inventory but can't charge higher prices. Trust no one in business. Even your closest partners might betray you. Michael's story is just one of the 1,000 paths to go broke, but it highlights a common mistake: jumping into a business without understanding its real challenges. But here's an interesting twist. I know a successful fruit wholesaler who has a completely different investment strategy. Instead of opening his own stores, he watches how much fruit other businesses buy. If a convenience store, restaurant, or private club consistently orders large amounts of fruit, he negotiates a deal to buy a stake in that business. His logic? If a business moves a lot of fruit, it's making money. This strategy has allowed him to invest in multiple profitable businesses without taking on the same risks as Michael. What do you think? Would you ever invest in a fruit store, or do you think Michael made a huge mistake? Drop a comment below. If you found this story valuable, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode of 1,000 Paths to Go Broke. See you in the next one.